Alright. Issue 20. We're introduced to the bad girls. Deadpool is surfing TV when he gets a task to steal a computer virus. But the bad girls are already there to steal it, and they want it bad. It's already been stolen though, and they're left with their pants down. So, the cops show up, Deadpool finds out who really stole it, and it turns out to be Weasel. Before he can explain anything, Luke Cage and Iron Fist show up. Issue 21. They start fighting. Weasel runs away. Cable crashes the party. All while the bad girls are surveying the area. They catch up with Weasel and decide to have a little chat. But Cable explains the exposition-y information a little bit better. But they find out that the cat is working for Black Box. Issue 22. Cat is working with Black Box, and Cable and Deadpool spar while Cable explains a bunch more technical jargon. They find his whereabouts and meet up with two people that Deadpool definitely killed way back in the Circle Chase. Cable and Deadpool are trapped by Black Box in the Infonet. And Sen Kui, the cat, has a cup of tea with the bad girls, and they find out that they were hired by the same person. Cable escapes and destroys Black Box's shell, only to be left with one of the cheesiest, most overused cliffhangers in comic book history. Issue 23. It turns out it's Comcast that was controlling Black Box. They fight, and he brings Cable into the Infonet to tell his really cheesy emo backstory. And then Sen Kui and the bad girls join the battle with the clones, and they battle in the Infonet. The cat destroys the clones, and Cable destroys Comcast, giving him the powers of the entire internet and Infonet, which basically replicates his telepathic powers that he used to have. Issue 24. Deadpool is fighting military ops to find out about a secret project involving some gravitational force field. His connection is a reporter who just so happens to be working with Peter Parker. Deadpool promptly throws Peter Parker off a bridge, not knowing that he's Spider-Man. Spider-Man shows up and they have an all-out brawl, and it's actually pretty cool. Until his contact gets a message from Cable letting him know to let Deadpool go. They stop the evil villain, and Cable now has the power of that gravitational device. But what will he use it for? Issue 25. Captain America is tasked by S.H.I.E.L.D. to spy on Cable's island of Providence. However, he ends up enjoying himself, painting murals and laughing for the first time in years. He does catch eyes with Cable at one point, and later the two of them meet. And of course, as superheroes, they battle. But we learn that Cable has used that gravitational device to recreate his former telekinetic powers. So basically now he has both his telekinesis and telepathy back. He tells Captain America of the future in which he actually used his shield to rally the troops and win a battle. The two of them reconcile, and Cable shares his vision of the future. Captain America stays in Providence for a few more days, finishing up his mural. Issue 26. We see Cable in the past, fighting an army and putting a bullet in the head of Apocalypse. But he's left some of his blood with this bearded fellow. Flash forward to the future. The team is trying to track down Cable, but he's in the past right now. They track him down to this location and are faced with a bunch of temple demons. They fight because it's a comic book, and they are met face to face with Cable and a familiar bearded friend. Issue 27, Born Again Part 2 with Eyes Open. In this somewhat boring issue, we find out that Cable's techno-organic virus was what actually made Apocalypse able to resurrect. And we find him now in a chamber filled with blood, getting ready. Cable explains a bunch of gobbledygook about why he's keeping him alive. Deadpool just starts shooting. Cable still, for some reason, by the end of this, decides to leave him alive for some weird explanation about humankind needing to have a strong enemy in order for us to be strong. It's really not one of their stronger issues. Issue 28, The Domino Principle. In this issue, from the perspective almost entirely of Domino's narration, we find she's trying to stop a tyrannical leader. And Deadpool has teamed up with the Resistance fighters. Domino doesn't like this, and she and Deadpool begin to fight. However, Deadpool has the Resistance in his pocket. They decide to team up together to assassinate this tyrannical leader, but the Resistance suggestion of who should rule? Cable, of course. Issue 29, The Domino Principle, Part 2, The Politics of Fear. Cable offers his usual vision of peace and prosperity, and they all agree to lay down their arms. Domino begins to wonder what she has done. Cable tasks Deadpool with looking up the Resistance leader because he's actually been dead for weeks. Turns out it was really Citizen V, some really lame hero that I've never heard of. Domino has her doubts and Cable is worried. Citizen V is finally punched hard enough in the face by Deadpool to be defeated, and Domino eventually decides to show her true colors and her true beliefs by aiming a gun at Cable. At least we know where her heart actually lies. And sadly, Cable is left wondering if his vision for the future is truly correct. So yeah, these 10 issues that we covered are pretty decent. The four-parter is interesting, and I like that throughout the course of 10 issues, we basically have Cable starting off having lost his powers and basically getting all of the same powers back, both his telepathy and his telekinesis, just by very different means. So that was kind of cool that they do it through a sciencey way. The Captain America issue was great. Did not care too much for the two-parter about Apocalypse. It seemed really convoluted, and it seemed like he didn't even have a real reason as to why he was doing that. So that was a bit messed up. And but then we start a whole new sort of storyline. So he's running Providence, and now he's running this country of Rumekistan. So we'll find out, is he going to be a good leader? Is he going to screw everything up? And what's coming in the future of Cable and Deadpool? You'll have to wait till next time, though. Thank you for watching, and as always, stay cuddly.